Yes, I'm sure.
Triple checked.
I can see the little frequency audio waves moving.
Okay.
That's my bad. I'll take one for the team on that one.
Welcome to Riding Along the Waves, Cut 2.
Yeah, that's my bad. We already recorded this episode on Monday, which was already late for us in order to get it up Wednesday. But we were like, okay, we're going to squeeze it in. We're going to be on track. Great. And then we recorded a great episode. It was like an hour long. Talked about all sorts of stuff. And
Probably our best yet.
Yeah. And I went to click and there was no audio. So now we just have an hour video of us talking.
Oh, even weirder.
Well, yeah, because the audio comes through this thing, so it's like a separate hookup to the computer. Like the camera's not recording any audio.
Oh, so maybe you got some audio on your camera you could use.
No.
Are you gonna post it today? Are you sure it's working this time?
Yes, I'm
100% positive.
Yes, I'm sure.
You've triple checked.
I can see the little frequency audio waves moving.
Okay.
That's my bad. I'll take one for the team on that one.
Welcome to Riding Along the Waves, Cut 2.
Yeah, that's my bad. We already recorded this episode on Monday, which was already late for us in order to get it up Wednesday. But we were like, okay, we're going to squeeze it in. We're going to be on track. Great. And then we recorded a great episode. It was like an hour long. Talked about all sorts of stuff. And
Probably our best yet.
Yeah. And I went to click and there was no audio. So now we just have an hour video of us talking.
Oh, even weirder.
Well, yeah, because the audio comes through this thing, so it's like a separate hookup to the computer. Like the camera's not recording any audio.
Oh, so maybe you got some audio on your camera you could use.
No.
Are you gonna post it today?
What?
Are you gonna post this today?
No, I'll probably post it tomorrow.
Oh, do you let people know that it's gonna be delayed a day?
I mean, I tried to on stories, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if everyone sees stories or not. Part of me is like, I should hold on to this till next week to catch us back up. But then I feel like we're just skipping another week. And I've done that a few times over the past few months, Yep. So that's not good business, if you know what I mean.
Tough decisions. Anyways, let's get into it. We're excited. I think what we talked about Monday is fresh in my mind.
Well, hold on, because we've done this. There was one other time where we did. There was one time where just a few weeks ago where we fought and had to just like trash the first 15 minutes of a podcast because we were just bickering in bad moods. Yeah. And then there was one other time in the beginning when we did one and I was like, I messed up so bad on the audio. Like, I don't know what I did, but it was just so bad. I was like, I can't even use this episode. So that's not bad. Grand scheme of things,
2 out of 10, or how many have we done? I don't even.
This is episode 29.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
We've been doing it since like March or April.
Wow.
Right.
Sweet.
So
let's get into it, baby.
Well, really,
come on.
Really quick, because last time we did this, you were like, I can't talk about the same things again.
It's hard.
Oh yeah, of course it's hard. But are we kind of talking about like, we have to at least talk about transitioning from 1 to 2 kids?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, when we talked Monday, we were like highlighting birthday parties. I think, right? Because we had a birthday party Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. Saturday's birthday party was up north, so it was like an hour drive.
Yeah, it was far.
It was far, all through Denver traffic, which is fun. But it was at a cool pumpkin patch. Yeah,
the Anderson Farms one in Denver. Which if you're in Denver, maybe you've probably been. It's like giant.
Yeah.
We were there for 2 hours and we probably didn't even see.
Yeah, we didn't even get pumpkins or go on the ride to get pumpkins.
No, and there was like pony rides and there was a bunch of games and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Well.
Well, so that was that birthday party, which was good because it was a good friend of yours. So,
yeah, she's like my lifelong childhood best friend.
Yeah, because I think if that would have been like just one of the kids' friends where
Absolutely
I was like about
Absolutely
the parents,
not.
I'd be like, I'm not driving an hour to your birthday party.
No. Catherine was very thankful. Not like we made a difference or anything.
Yeah, but you guys got like 2 minutes of conversation in 2 hours because kids were running all different directions.
Yeah, well, it's like anytime you do a play date, you don't actually get to talk to the other parent. Like you're just chasing kids around. I think
if it's a small play date or somewhere where they're safe.
Depends if the kids are playing well or if you're chasing them in opposite directions.
Yeah.
But this was like a giant acres, just a giant farm.
It was massive.
It was massive. So we had Okay, so I guess we're doing a recap, I guess is what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we always do a recap.
I know. It's been 2 days since we recorded, but since we recorded the last episode, I think it's probably been a week and a half.
Yeah.
By now, if not closer to 2, just because this one's a little delayed.
Yep.
And yeah, so I guess we can talk about this weekend with birthday parties. What was the other thing that we talked about that we did?
I can't remember. Oh, yeah. I think we kind of went on the birthday party rant for a bit, and I'm
That's
sure
probably a good thing it got deleted.
No, I strongly feel
well, hold on,
passionate about birthdays and my stance.
I don't feel like you were that passionate in that conversation. Let's talk about it, because I feel like everyone listening is probably like, what the hell are you guys even talking about?
Well, you guys didn't listen to the episode Monday? Well,
I'm just going to post the video and you have to read lips the entire time.
So now that our 1-year-old is in kindergarten.
Our 5-year-old is in kindergarten.
Sorry. Now that our 5-year-old is in kindergarten, I feel like birthday parties have become like a huge deal. In the last 3 weeks, we've had 3 or 4 of them,
mm-hmm.
2 at the same jumpy place,
mm-hmm.
the one at the farm.
Mm-hmm.
And these have been good friends, so it's been nice. But where am I going with this? Anyways, I just feel like now I feel like they're just these like big events and birthday parties, and you have to go, because if you don't take your kid, they're going to hear about it and be sad. And I feel like parents are still like, I don't know why presents are such a big thing. That was something I really like honed on, is like, why are we still doing presents? I mean, if that kid or that family needs toys, I'm more than happy to get you presents. But I don't know any of my friends that don't have enough toys.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Like, put that on the invitation, and say, I mean, I know that we've done like no presents before.
Yeah,
but if
I don't want it. My kid doesn't need
any
it.
Presents.
It's
we
just
don't need
a bunch
any
of
more
trash
toys.
And more boxes to go in recycling. And
yeah, and we're blessed or grateful or whatever that we don't need more toys.
Yes, we are.
And I think one year, weren't we were going to, I don't know, we've had a few different ideas of like asking for money to donate to other kids instead, like don't get us a present, but instead donate to this that will get kids Christmas presents.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, they're still going to get presents for Christmas. They're still going to get presents from grandparents on their birthdays. We usually get them something. So yeah, I think if you can like teach them a lesson of like, well, let's get gifts for someone else that's in need, or like donate to a college fund where it's actually giving value. Yeah,
well, that's what our financial advisor told us to do. He's like, from now on, whenever you have a birthday party, put a barcode on the invitation that says no presents, but if you want, you can donate $5 to her 529, which is a great idea.
I am very supportive of that.
That's probably how those people get ahead of life, is like doing things like that. But I feel like a little skeezy. I don't know.
I agree, but if everyone did it,
correct,
then it would be the norm, and right. I think that's what we should get to, or something. Or if you want them to donate, that's another one. Like, here, instead of presents, like donate to one of these 3 charities.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So yeah,
but now everyone has to do it, because otherwise our kids are like, why aren't we getting birthday presents?
Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think. My brain's not working.
No, me neither. We're all over the place, and
but
I keep thinking
you're right.
Of things that
you're
I
right.
Say.
So now when our daughter has a birthday party, the expectation is going to be like, my presents.
Yeah, but that's our like choice.
That is our choice.
So that's a lesson that we need to teach her, being like, the party is your gift. You will get parents, or like your friends showing up is your gift.
Yeah.
But I'm also team, like, I don't want to ever do big birthday parties.
I'm okay with that.
Ever. Like we did. Oh my God, my brain is not working.
Well, we did.
either.
We did the one at one of the bouncy places that also had toys. It wasn't like the big one, but we did that for our daughter's 3-year-old.
That was her 4th birthday.
4th, and it was great. We were out at the place. It was fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, to get the whole place. It was fairly
and so
not
we
just like a room. It was really nice.
Let kids run and play.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got pizza and cupcakes. That was
pizza. You could buy beer at that place. Like so
everyone is like, yeah, they did have beer and wine. They were like, do you want to do an open bar? And we were like, yeah, put $100 on it,
Yeah, and I think
no one drank it.
I think we spent like $32 of the $100 tab.
Yeah, it was like just you and my dad going and getting booze.
And Abel had a beer.
Abel did, yeah. But I think that like this is what I think we were talking about on Monday, is that their families are already like getting so busy and with life and kids and sports and work, and it's like this pressure of attending birthday parties is maybe too much,
Well, now I'm going back the other way. If you don't have anything to do for a day, that's a great way to burn like 3 hours.
I know, it really is. And I don't want to sound like a Scrooge either, because we had a great time at our friends' birthday parties. And
well,
it is
Sunday was rough because both girls were struggling. I had to play with both of them. Both of them were having breakdowns.
What do you mean? I was out there too playing with them.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like
chill.
we walk in, they go play, and we can just like chat with people.
No, we were like by their sides the entire time.
And that room was like 80 degrees. So
the birthday room.
Yeah, after sitting in the birthday room, like having pizza for 10 minutes, I was like slowly starting to sweat. And I was like, okay, I got to get out of this room.
Yeah, I just think we've always. I don't know. And again, I don't want to sound like a bitch because I'm right. Because I had birthday parties growing up, and I'm sure that my like perspective on it will change as our kids get bigger and like what they want, and like if she wants a big party at the skate rink, like, am I really going to say no? But I really do want to focus on like experiences instead.
Yeah.
Like instead of doing a big birthday party, how about we take your best friend and we can go out to dinner, a movie, and a sleepover,
Yeah.
like something like that, just to kind of like lessen that pressure.
Well, that's the other thing. It's coming back to me, baby. It's coming back. That's the other thing too, right? Like we bring our 5-year-old to play with her friend at her birthday. He doesn't understand that this friend has 8 other friends there.
Correct.
So we ran into this at multiple birthday parties, is where she's really sad because she's like, they won't play with me or they're ignoring me. And it's like, well, hey, they got 8 other friends here, right? So they just can't give you all of the one-on-one.
Her attention.
Yeah, because she doesn't know all the other friends, right?
Yeah, it's really sad to watch. And I know that's obviously like a life lesson to learn, is that it's not always going to be about, you and your friend.
Yeah.
But I still feel like that now. Like if I go hang out with a group of girlfriends and I want time with one of them, but there's like too many, you don't get that one-on-one time because there's, I don't know, and it sucks. It's not fun.
Yeah, it is a good life lesson for them to learn that, I think.
Yeah.
But then it just becomes our problem.
I know.
I mean, the good thing is like kids are resilient. They eventually settle in. The 3-year-old had a friend show up and it was so cute because they were like holding each other like during the birthday song. And it was really cute. I think that made a big difference because she struggles keeping up with the big kids because they're just all over the place and fast. Yeah. And so when her little 3-year-old friend came, they were it was really cute. So happy.
But she was struggling too, like crying in the play place. I don't know. It was
wanted
like,
to do all the other rides that we weren't allowed to do,
right? Or that she wasn't tall enough. I don't know. It was fun, but it was definitely like high strung. But then it's like, what else would we have done?
I agree.
Right? We always bitch about how busy we are, but then we're always like, what are we gonna do this weekend with the kids?
Yeah, if you have a full day with nothing planned, I think come like 8:30, 9 a.m. it starts to settle in because they start to get like a little anxious.
Right.
You've watched a little bit of morning cartoons and you're feeling bad because you're like, we got to turn this off.
Right.
You want to make sure they're fed, and like if you don't have anything planned, like I feel like something just sets in, like terror or PTSD, and you're like, what are we gonna do all
day long? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see as the kids get bigger.
Winter is coming, so it's only gonna get harder.
I know. I was thinking about that. It's so dark, and it's gonna be dark after school.
Yeah.
It's not like we really go to parks now, but
we've gotten into a good routine after school. I feel like come home, they'll play for a little bit, or if they're really hungry, we'll eat right away, then play. Because it goes quick, and before you know it, it's like it's 7:30, and you're like, hey, like if it's 7, let's take a bath, or if it's getting close to 7:30, it's like, hey, let's read books, brush teeth, and get ready.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes pretty quick. I feel like that's not going to be the issue. It's going to be the weekends.
Yeah, where it's cold.
It's cold. It's dark till like 8 in the morning, dark at 5. I guess we just go to play places with the masses.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say zoo, but that's outside.
It's a nice day. You can hit the zoo up.
Yeah, we went to the zoo on Friday.
Yeah.
Is that right? The girls had the day off, so we went for the morning. We got there like right when it opened at 9 a.m. and it was freezing outside. And I think we were literally there for like 2 hours. And then we were driving home, and both Ethan and I were like, oh my God. Like we were so tired.
I could have gone longer, but I feel like the zoo doesn't have enough for them at this age to keep them entertained for more than a couple hours. I've noticed that as I've gone a handful of times over the summer. They get tired. I think they just get bored.
Yeah. Or like sometimes the animals aren't out, you know? But someone there was like, as soon as we got there, was like, hey, I love your podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right out of the gate.
I know. And it's just so cool. So what we said on Monday.
Right
again.
at the gate, too.
I know it was at the gate. People always, are like, I love your content or I like your videos. But for someone to come out the gate and say, I like your podcast.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Have you seen someone wearing any of your clothes yet?
No. And it's killing me on the inside.
I know. You've just slowly been like wanting to see someone at the park.
It's been almost a year.
Wearing, well, we've had like friends see other people out and about.
Yeah. I get a lot of like text or DMs of people being like, I just saw an Along the Waves at drop off, or I just, like Holly, Mark's wife, texted me and was like, I just drove by someone pushing a stroller in one,
Oh, cool.
And she lives on the other side of town, but it's like,
you haven't seen someone yet. What are you going to do? You're just going to totally fangirl?
Freak out. Yeah. Like big warning if you live in Denver and you've ever bought something from Along the Waves, because I already don't really know how to control myself when I meet people in public.
Like, oh my God, you know me? You recognize me?
I don't say like that. That's okay. Back it down a little bit. I'm just excited. Like
you are excited
because it just feels like, I make videos and whatever, but it's all on my phone.
You're very appreciative of it.
And then I just sit here alone in the house, And so to meet like real people who are like, I love your brand, like it feels very, very surreal and not like real life,
What was the one question or DM you got from one lady? She was like, why don't you talk more about your social media following because you have so many people or something?
Oh yeah, I did a Q&A.
What was it?
I'll have to look earlier this week. And she was very sweet. She was I wish I remembered her name because I said it on Monday and now I don't remember. But she said, I'm a avid podcast listener, but why don't you ever talk about having a following or something like that?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, yeah, I guess I don't talk about it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe a little bit later on we can talk about it.
We can talk about it. I think this is what I said, or when I was talking to you about it, it just like doesn't feel real,
Yeah.
Like to have a lot of followers, like it feels like it's made up, or that I'm going to blink and it's going to all be gone.
That's true. You're very, I wouldn't say scared or hesitant. I don't know the word, but you're very aware that like, hey, this could go away any day. I mean, whether it's like federal regulations or you get blocked or, the market's always changing.
Yeah. Or maybe everyone wakes up one day and just decides that they hate me and that, right. And that my content sucks. And that's what is hard about making content, is like you're constantly comparing yourself to everyone else online and like what they're doing and why they're better than you and all of these things.
But there's some stuff behind the scenes, right? Where sometimes like you'll post a really funny video and I actually think it's funny.
Yeah.
And it just like flops and it's something with like, it's just, they're not like, Instagram's not like pushing the story out or something weird like behind the scenes.
What do you mean behind the scenes?
Well, just it seems like some stories get pushed out, you say, and then sometimes like you'll post something and it just like flops. And it's actually really good and really funny. And we've talked about it. We think it's just more that just not pushing it out. So there's things you can't control.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it is out of my hands with it. And maybe that's why I'm afraid to talk about it,
How many followers do you have now?
550 on TikTok, 560, 550.
Oh, that's a lot. I feel like I remember the days of like a couple hundred or 300 and some of my friends would be like, oh my gosh, she has so many.
I know.
And I'd be like, is that a lot?
I know. You don't have any social media.
I'd be like, I don't know. Selena Gomez has like 400 million.
I know.
You're like,
so she's pretty
I use that one on Monday
too.
Yeah,
that's a funny joke.
I mean, come on. That's the top bar, right. 400 million. So
totally. You're right. I have a long way to go, Ethan. Thank you. But I also think that like, I don't know. I don't feel like I have that many followers, but it's also been like like a slow growth. Like
an organic slow growth.
Yeah.
Since basically you were pregnant with the first kid, right?
Yeah, but I didn't start making videos till I was pregnant with the second. Like the first one I was trying to be like cute, aesthetic Instagram mom. Remember I was like always making you take photos?
Yeah, you like got a fancy camera and they have to be these like really pretty photos.
Yeah. With, like,
it was cool.
Yeah, the flowers, and I'd put, the filters on them, the presets. But I didn't start making TikTok videos until our second. I was really pregnant with our second.
Oh, okay.
So maybe like 3 years ago or whatever. But what was I going to say? Oh, I've never ever had like a big jump in followers,
Mm-hmm.
like a big 100K jump overnight, which people get like surprisingly often.
Yeah.
Or even like 50K. Like that's just.
But you can also buy that, right?
Yeah,
Can't
you totally can, but that's such a dumb move. Like,
yeah, because they're just gonna. It's not true followers.
Right. One time, like 2 years ago, I was on Reddit, which I actually don't even open the app anymore because I feel like it's bad karma and I don't want to like see anything about me or my friends, you know?
Oh, okay.
But there was something on there that was like showing my engagement rates on TikTok. And it was like, does this mean that this person is buying followers? And everyone was like, yes, that's what that means. Like she's buying likes and followers. And they were like, it's Annalee. And I was like, I'm literally not though. Like,
yeah, you've never even considered it. Hence why it's taken you like,
I know
it's just slow.
But I was just like, but I'm not buying likes and followers. Like,
did you reply back and you're like, no, I am not?
No, it's
pointless,
not.
right?
Yeah. But I was just like, but I'm really, it's just been a really slow, I think they thought I was buying likes because I get a lot of like likes on videos. I just don't always get a lot of followers. Yeah, I like likes. But yeah, I've just never had, I don't know, like my friend Chanel who does 90s Mom Shop.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. I think we send podcasts or voice memos back and forth like a few times a week just talking about like merch and shop and all of that. She just got like 100,000 followers on Instagram in like a week.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, because she does these really funny troll videos and they just popped off. And it's hard not to look at that and be like, God, what am I doing wrong? You know?
Yeah, you've had several friends / acquaintances that have had the same thing happen where they just like all of a sudden they just skyrocket over like a 3-month period and you're like, this is kind of like bullshit. You're like, I've been growing this organically for years and years and years and you just had some video that was what's the word, viral.
Yeah.
And then you just like surpass me.
Yeah, no, totally. But that's just like the name of the game. And I can't, I'm happy for them.
Yeah, I know you are, but it's,
except one of them who's mean, but I won't tell you. I won't tell any of you who that is.
You're so nice.
I know.
But I agree. I mean, if you think about it.
For the most part, don't even try to pretend like I'm mean. My number one theory in all of this is that, what do I say?
We rise together.
Literally. Yeah. Like especially in content, it's like if anyone ever wants to talk about stuff or questions, like I feel like we can be really open and honest and I don't know. I just feel like if I help someone else, it's just what am I trying to say, Ethan? My words are not working.
No, I mean, you're very supportive of other people in the industry and helping them figure it out and helping support them. And if they're early on in their progression, you kind of mentoring them as you can.
Well, I think mentor is a stretch, but I'm just always down to help or answer questions because that's what I had. That's what I was going to say. Because that's what I had people do for me when I started is I had one girl when I was thinking about launching Along the Waves, I reached out to the owner of Good Morning Baby who does like cute kid clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, like I know we've only DM'd a couple of times, but is there any way I could just ask you some questions about like merchandise and fulfilling products? And she didn't owe me anything. We hadn't even been friends that long. And she got on a phone call with me for like an hour and a half to talk through how she does her Shopify and like what print shop she uses. And then I used that print shop promo originals for like a year, and like they were great to grow and to learn more about everything. So I wouldn't have been able, I would have figured it out eventually, but it's just so nice to have someone who like, even though they have it figured out, to like take the time to talk.
Well, and they've already gone through the growing pains so that they can kind of help guide you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I always want to pass that on. I'm such a big believer that you have to like put that energy out in the world to get it back. That's how I feel about money.
Well, even, okay, we'll revisit that one here in a sec. But even with, the people that you work with, whether it's, people that you're contracted with or you're paying or getting a percentage of it, you feel the same way of like, hey, if I do better, you do better. And it's, you've never been like, you're not greedy by any means. This is me. I'm like, you're bringing in the brand deals, Annalee. You shouldn't give them the same cut,
Oh, like, yeah, because my agency takes 20%. That's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Some do 25, some do 15, but we do 20. Yeah. Ethan's always like, you should try to negotiate that down. And I'm like, why? Like, I want them to make as much money, as they deserve so that we can continue to support each other. Man, this has turned into just like the Annalee is Awesome podcast hour.
I know this is actually very different. It's gone down a very different path than Mondays where we talked about birthday parties
for probably 30 minutes.
Maybe this is more exciting because, probably listening to birthday parties for 30 minutes is...
I don't know. I think people kind of hate birthday parties. And while we're here, no more goodie bags.
Oh, yes. I wanted to hit on that earlier. There have been 3 birthdays in the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks. I don't know. But my kids have caught on very quick. They're like, where's my present?
Right.
And I'm like, what do you mean your present?
Our
this is their party.
We
brought, and then the 3-year-old, and I was like, she means because everyone hands out bags now with tons of candy in them. It's like, okay, so now you're feeding my kid cake. And you're going to send them home with all this candy that now I'm going to have to battle them on of what they can and can't eat. I mean, come on.
I know. Or it's just little trinkets where it's
more shit.
I know. We're grateful, but it's
Yeah. I appreciate how Lauren did it.
Yeah, it was 2 cute things in there.
This previous time. Well, she just had one little small cute sucker. And I was like,
it was one sucker, and then she put keychains and a pencil. And I was like, that's perfect.
It was,
that's easy. I'll put the keychain on the backpack. We won't lose it.
Did you?
No, but I haven't thrown away those bags yet. They're sitting on the counter, and I'm getting ready to.
Yeah. I feel like every time you get something like that, you got to let it simmer, marinate somewhere
where you know where it is.
You think the kids are going to truly forget about it because you don't want to throw it out within the next day.
What did I throw out?
Where's my bag? And you're like, oh, I don't know.
What did I just throw out that one of our kids was having a big breakdown over? And I was like, oh, I for sure threw that out.
What was it?
It was when your mom was here and we were looking for something. Remember? And we couldn't find it anywhere.
We're always looking for something.
I know, but your mom was like, oh, maybe we should look in your room, look in the garage.
It was the 5-year-old's, one of her coloring books that she had taken with me one Friday when I met Dude and Mike. And she remembered that. I was like, when did you have it last? She's like, when I went with you to meet Dude and his friend. And I'm like, at first I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right, but it's 3 months ago.
Yeah. She had it and was coloring it. And I was like, oh, I felt really bad at that point. But
yeah,
I looked for that thing forever. Why didn't you tell me you threw it away?
I was trying to give you the side eye to be like,
text me. I literally looked down. My mom and I were probably spent 30 minutes going through this house.
I told your mom, but I wasn't sure if I had thrown it away. But I thought it was an activity book that she'd finished, months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't it was anything super special. And we even tried hey, do you want to go to Target and get a new activity book or coloring book?
It was the unicorn sticker book.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. And the last time she used it
on something, and it can be the silliest thing, and it doesn't matter. You could offer them the world.
Right.
A trip to Disneyland.
Yeah, seriously.
And they wouldn't care because their $2 trinket that they got in the bubble gum machine is gone forever. And that was their favorite toy.
Right. Even though they haven't seen it in 2 months. But as soon as it comes to the forefront of their mind, they're like, if I don't get this, I'm going to burn this entire house down.
Yeah, you can't even buy them off the edge.
I know. When she was worried about her coloring book, I was like, Mommy's going to go to Target. I was like, I will go buy you a new one. Right. I had to go to Target anyways. I was like, I will go buy a new one right now. And she's like, no, I don't want a new one. And then when I got home, she was like, what'd you buy me?
Did you get her something?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, yeah. You're like, okay, well, if you don't want something, I'm not going to get you something. She's like, fine, I don't want it. Yeah. And then I don't know if it's when you came home or when you were coming home, she'd gotten over it, right? Because we were doing other things. She had moved on, but she was something like, well, I hope Mommy gets me something. And I think my mom was like, you told her you don't want anything. And she's like, yeah, but I know my mommy. She'll get me something. Something like that. It was cute, but at the same time, come on now.
Right. I think it just goes to show how much power they have over us. So
how's my audio? I'm looking at the blue lines and my spikes don't look as big as yours. Or am I the bottom?
You're the bottom.
Oh, okay. Mine look bigger.
Okay, big swing and D out here. Bigger audio lines.
But anyways.
So what else? We've had sleep has gotten a little knock on wood, don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
A little you know what in the positive direction lately.
Yeah.
We've had 2 or 3 nights in a row. 2.
But she's got this lingering cough, and I feel like a lot of kids get these lingering coughs that they're not even sick, but they just are there for weeks, and they just every night they wake up and have a coughing fit, and it wakes me up, and I feel bad for them. I'm like,
and then it wakes me up.
Should I go get them water? But then it wakes you up. But then I don't know. I can't go back to bed when my kid's just hacking up a lung. It's just something about hearing your kid.
No, of course not. Well, you want to make sure they're okay too.
Yeah.
But when she was sleeping in our bed, which she has for probably the last month, right?
Easily.
Yeah. When she's in our bed coughing, it's
in
like
your ear.
In your ear. And it's every minute you like start to nod off and then she coughs and you like wake up. So it's like an hour of like almost falling asleep.
Yeah, it's like torture.
Yeah, but then she's asleep, so I'm trying to like shake her to wake her up so she'll drink some water.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. But I think she's getting a little bit better. And then she slept in her own bed.
I know, crazy.
Yeah. So that's been like really nice.
It has been really nice. And been going to bed by like 8:30.
Yeah.
Where before it was like 9:30.
It's been like 9:30.
And we're like, come on, kid. How do you still have energy?
Right. No, she is a wild woman.
So yeah, hopefully we've kind of figured something out that'll work for, I'd take a month. I'd take a week.
Yeah, seriously. I think we've been back into a month or two of not sleeping after having a pretty good run there for a while.
Yeah, of just being, yeah, exactly.
I think we hit rock bottom the other night. I think it was Friday night or Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you want to tell it or do you want me to?
You can tell it.
So, yeah, it was Friday night, I think it was, because I let our 5-year-old sleep in the bed.
Which I was like, Ethan, and I know I want to snuggle with her too. Like, she never sleeps in our bed and she fell asleep in our bed. But I was like, let's move her back to her bed because the 3-year-old is a wild card, you know?
So going back to that, though, you have to realize she's a big kid. I have to pick her up. It's dark. I have to navigate all this shit in her room, which is like a fort and stuffy.
Right.
And it's...
I posted a photo.
I remember I did it
Instagram.
one time and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get in there. So I got really close and then I just fell forward with her and like tried to cushion her fall because I was like,
you can't even get close to the bed. They have like slides made out of pillows and forts and ladders.
Yeah.
But that room was clean for 2 days.
It was so nice. And I was like, look, you can see your floor. You can do a cartwheel. You can do a somersault. Don't you like that?
It's bad. It's bad. I tidied it up a little bit this morning.
Oh, good. Thank you.
But I posted a photo of it on Instagram when it was at its worst last week, when they were like, when the big fort was there in front of the beds. And I was like, I just feel like I should show this to show some, reality of what our house looks like. I was like, I wonder if they're in 2 separate rooms, if it would be better, like they would, right? Maybe if they had their own rooms and they wouldn't be making these giant forts.
I don't think so.
Yeah, people were like, no, then you just have 2 rooms.
With 2 forts. Yeah. And they find more shit.
2 rooms to clean that look like that.
So
anyways,
we were all sleeping in the same bed, all 4 of us, the 3 dogs, which we don't even one kid, us 2 and the 3 dogs is now to the point where it doesn't work.
It's so much. And the dogs.
But it's all of us. So I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking around.
No. Back up.
Back up?
Yeah. Can I interrupt? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The night before that, we had fought with our 3-year-old for an hour at bedtime, like we always do. And she's turned into like a little dictator.
She's like, I'm in my bed now, bitch. Yeah. And I'm like, no, it's not. This is my bed. I'm letting you sleep in it. I was like, I've gotten to the point where I'm like negotiating. Okay, can I sleep in the middle? Like, I don't even need a pillow. Will you please let me sit? And I think one night, like one point, she was like being such an asshole and was like, no. And I was like, I'm going to the guest room.
Yeah, two nights in a row, Ethan got kicked out of the bed.
And went to the guest room. I was like, because also it's like 9:30. Yeah. 9:45. I'm tired. I just want to go to bed.
Right. And I don't have it in me to be like, to fight that fight for you.
And so I don't want to fight it because it's gonna ramp her up
for an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, 10 o'clock. I'm just like, I'm going to the other room. Bye. But anyways, go on.
Yeah. It's gotten bad, which is why it's such a big win that we've even gotten her to lay down in her bed the last 2 nights because she hasn't wanted anything to do with her bed.
Maybe we talked to her about it. If she does it all week, we can do ice cream Friday. Just kind of like a reward.
I will take her to Disneyland if she sleeps in that bed. I think we should do a sticker chart for real, and give the 5-year-old something else to do every day so that they can both put a sticker on it. Yeah, and then let's go buy I don't even care. I was just bitching about stuffies and shit earlier.
Like put at the end, like if you get a sticker every day for sleeping in your bed. We'll go to Target and get a stuffy, or like, why don't just do ice cream? Why do we have to do shit like stuffy?
Because I like going to Target, but even though I've gotten my ass kicked at Target.
So go on. So
wait, let's talk about Target too after this.
Oh yeah,
because I've gotten my ass kicked twice in a row in Target.
I'm not going there anymore. Kids.
No, and I'm a masochist. I just keep going. Is it masochist? No, that's sexual. What? Right?
But
or sadist?
I don't know. Anyways,
what's it like when you like pain, but not in a sexual? It must be sexual.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I don't know the word.
What that says a lot about me and less about what books I'm reading.
Right. So continue.
Okay. Anyways, so it was finally 10 o'clock and I think she wouldn't let you sleep on the end of the bed. This sounds so pathetic that I'm saying it out loud, that our 3-year-old wouldn't let Ethan sleep on the side of the bed. Like, if you're listening, you're probably rolling your eyes at us being like, you guys need to be like the authoritative parents.
I know. We know.
We know when it's 10 o'clock at night, we know. But then Ethan was like, okay, can I sleep in the middle of the bed? And she was like, no. And I cannot sleep in the middle of the bed. Like, I need to sleep on the end so I can have a foot out.
Yeah.
I just get too claustrophobic. It's like my one, and I like 70% of the bed too, but like mostly I want to sleep on the edge so that I can lay on my side with a foot out, you know?
Okay, we're blending two different stories here, so let's get through this.
This is related. So anyways, it's 10 o'clock. She's throwing a fit, and I'm like, you know what? Hang tight. I'll be right back. And I come in and I get the old crib mattress that's in storage.
The 3-foot long crib mattress.
The 3-foot long, 4-foot. I don't know.
Oh, there it is. I was wondering where it is.
Yeah, well, I moved it out of our room. The 4-foot, whatever, crib mattress.
I moved my neck too quick and like hurt it. Like I whipped my head over to look at the crib mattress. I'm like, ow, my neck.
Do you want to take a little time out?
No, continue.
My neck hurts a little bit too, actually. What?
Go, tell your story.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm going to roll my neck out.
I'm making dirty jokes. Anyways, I went and saved the day because I got the old crib mattress and I brought it in with a pillow and a blanket. And I was like, ooh, look, you get your own bed. And I set it on the floor next to us on my side. And I was like, look, you get to sleep in your own bed next to mommy, but have a big girl bed. And she was so excited about it. She laid down and went to sleep almost instantly.
And slept in it. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. So once again, for the 7th time in the year 2024, you and I were like, okay, like maybe
we got to figure it out. Did it work one night?
Two
nights. So then the third night is where I was telling.
No, it was the second night. Yeah.
Oh, so it worked one night. So let me get back to my story.
Well, we had to know that we had set up a bed for her.
Yeah, that's right. On the side of our bed.
And the night of the story that Ethan is telling, she fell asleep in that bed on the floor.
Yeah. Great. Slept great. Perfect. Next night, we're all in the bed.
She fell asleep on the crib mattress on the floor that night.
That's
why you let the 5-year-old sleep in the bed.
Oh, that's right.
And that's why I was like, Ethan, take the 5-year-old back because this 3-year-old is not going to stay down there. Maybe she will, maybe she won't.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. But anyways, long story short, I remember waking up in the middle of the night and then like looking around, I see the 2 kids in the bed and I don't see you. And I'm like, Annalee? And like on the far side of the bed, you just pop your head up. You're like, yep. You're like, here. And I'm like, what are you, like, maybe I'm dreaming some of this, but I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm sleeping on the crib mattress on the ground. And I was like, it was just so weird and confusing, you know, and you kind of wake up in a daze and I'm like, I see the girls and I don't see you. And I'm like, Annalee, and like, just pop your head up over the side of the bed. So. Yeah.
Well, in the middle of the night, the 3-year-old had come up and then I was wedged in between the 2 kids and I was like, there's no way I can sleep like this. So I told the 3-year-old, I told both of them, whoever was awake, I don't know. I was like, I'm going to go sleep in your guys' room. There's blackout curtains. I sleep great in their little twin beds. And then as I started to walk, the 3-year-old was like, no, mommy, like stay.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fuck it. I guess I'm sleeping on the crib mattress.
But then you went to their room at some point, right? Or
not that night. I slept the whole night on that crib mattress. And I like or maybe I did it like 5 a.m. when you woke up. But I took like our big decorative pillows and like fluffed them up at the bottom of the crib so that maybe I could have a little room for my feet. I don't know. It was just rock bottom. It's like I am a grown woman and it's not even like I'm sleeping in the crib with my kid, which I've done a million times.
Yes, you have.
Crawled in the crib with them to sleep. It's like I'm just, while my 2 kids are in my king size bed. Like
living lavishly. Well, it's gotten better. We're constantly working to improve it. I just feel like we're slow at transitioning to trying new things. We still want to do it and we talk about it, but I feel like
what? What do you mean?
Just what we've done, I think the last 3-4 days that's been really successful is
2 nights. Yeah.
Is 2 nights. Is that it? Hasn't even been 3. 2 nights.
2 nights.
Oh,
yeah.
Geez. Is just try to get them ready for bed sooner, get them in the bed sooner, read sooner.
Yeah, earlier,
because I think we were just kind of letting it linger on till like 8:30.
Right, and then they get their second wins.
They would both get their second wins.
Right, that's what I'm
we'd
saying.
get them in the room and they'd just be like going nuts. So
versus when you pick them up from school and they can't even keep their eyes open.
Yeah, they're exhausted. And then it's like, so I like this whole plan of getting them into bed earlier. And it's been so nice because they've been sleeping by like 8:30, and we've actually been able to like hang out a little bit.
2 nights in a row.
Like watch half of a movie or
we
watch
started that
some sports.
Netflix show everyone's talking about last night.
Yeah.
Nobody wants this.
Yeah. That's funny.
It was really funny. Everyone's talking about it online. Okay.
But it's been so nice because we've missed that forever. It's just basically been, we're like, well, I guess I'm just going to go sleep with her. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to go to bed at 8:00.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, I feel like
I just go and chill, but I'm constantly back and forth because you're fighting the battle. So it's not like I'm just sitting on the couch for like an hour and a half relaxing. Yeah, I'm cleaning up. But it's like something's always happening. So I'm walking back. I'm like, hey, is everything okay?
Right. Yeah. And then by the time I finally get her to sleep at like 9:30, it's like, okay, I'm not going to come out and start a show now.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm trying to wake up at like 5 a.m. So I'm like, I guess I'll just go to bed. And I think every week on here, you and I have been like, yeah, we just don't see each other, you know?
So it's been nice.
It has been really nice.
We got to keep that up tonight.
Yeah.
Get them again, like ready for bed, 7:30 in their room around then. Not letting them play, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's something we've done in the past. We've been like, get the wiggles out. And it's like, well, they're not getting the wiggles out. They're just getting ramped up.
Do you know what quote I heard the other day?
What?
That was like, oh my God, what was it? It was like, you're not wearing them out. You're just building up their endurance.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
But the 5-year-old would go to bed, but it would delay her bed by like 30 minutes. And then the 3-year-old was just whacked out of her mind. So I like this. Like, quiet time. We're not playing.
I don't know. I just see all these bitches posting online being like, nighttime routine with my kids. And they like do bath, read books, tuck them in, close the door and walk out.
They're obviously better parents than us.
And then, yeah. And then it flash forward, and then they're drinking wine, eating popcorn on the couch, watching a movie. And I'm like, what universe are you living in?
I think
it's jealousy on my part. I'm happy for them. Truly, I am.
But even we still go in there and give her snuggles and loves, and she likes it. And you made a good point of like, there's going to come a time when they're not even going to let you in the room.
I know.
Let alone like lay with them and rub them and snuggle them.
This is why we should have another baby.
And them hug you. And so it's like I've really been trying to keep that in mind, because sometimes I'll lay in there and be like, guys, I just want to go have my time.
Right.
So I try not to.
We're going to have a lot of time for our time.
Yeah. So I try to be like, yeah, I'll lay with you for 10, 15 minutes.
I say it every week. I love laying and snuggling. It's when and I will do that. No problem.
Yeah.
But it's when it's sing another lullaby or no, do scratchies this way or no, scratch over here. And I'm like, I will scratch your back and that's it. Like, it's not like I'm going to give you certain scratchies.
Yeah. This ain't a massage parlor, baby.
Yeah. But that's why on Monday we had a big conversation, and I know that we're getting close about having another baby. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you say? Ethan said he wants a baby.
Well, no, I didn't. I think if we were to get pregnant accidentally and something were to happen, I think I would be okay with it. So, well, the point being that our kids are 3.5 and more or less close to 6.
Yeah.
And so if we were to get pregnant tomorrow, I mean, our kids would be 4.5 and 7, pretty independent. So you would be able to focus on a newborn, where it's really hard to focus on a newborn when you have a 1.5-year-old or 2-year-old or 2.5-year-old, because that 2-year-old, let's just say, still needs a lot of attention.
Oh, 100%.
Even our 3.5-year-old still needs a lot of attention.
Yeah. No, it's insane to have kids that close, but like we all did it. I feel like we were all duped into 2 under 2.
Well, I think the thought was like, let's just hammer it out. Let's get 2.
I know.
We'd always wanted 2 as kind of our number. I
2
thought.
or 3, yeah.
Yeah, so like, let's just have 2, hammer it out, because I'm old, and the last thing I want to do is, when I have a 10 and 12-year-old, is have a fucking baby and reset the clock.
I know.
But 4 and 6, 5 and 7 doesn't sound too bad, actually.
I would love a baby.
They're still fairly young and would do the same things, whereas,
I know. Well, hearing you talk about having two kids that are like getting more toward that kid stage, like 6 to 10, where they're and then having a baby, that sounds like good, compared to having. I mean, we've said this all the time too. If our 3-year-old had been a better sleeper, or we just hadn't had such a rough go, we probably would have already had 3 babies by now.
Yeah, I think so. But it's also a little bit scary because you aren't really doing as much engineering anymore. I mean, you're dabbling a little bit. You got your PE.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary in that sense too, because like you said, that could end any day. And how does that impact that?
Yeah, no, I know. I just feel like I'm constantly thinking like heart versus brain on another baby.
Yeah.
And I want one. I just keep thinking like, who is that person? You know, that's
snip,
like waiting.
Snip, snap.
No, like who's that? Who is that little human that's like waiting to see if we decide to have another one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe they're watching us from some other realm being like, oh, are they going to do it? Like, do I get to come be a part of their family? Like, I'm going to cry, you know?
You are. Well, this is a good segue into
want another baby.
Into that one question that girl asked you that we tried to get into last week. We got into it on Monday, didn't record.
I know. We will talk about it. Just let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
If tomorrow I was like, I'm positive I want another baby, would you be in?
We'd have to discuss. I don't think it's a discussion that is agreed upon in 5 minutes. I think at this stage of our life, it would be like, hey, we need to really think about this hard over like a month or 2 period.
Right. Unless I asked you in the throes of the moment. That's how I get you.
There you go.
No, I know. I just think about, I don't know. It's just hard. But we can talk about, someone asked me online the other day. They're like, do you really want another baby, or are you just saying that? And it's like, fuck yeah, I want another baby.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I'm done having kids.
But then there's other times when it's like, fuck no, I don't want another kid. Like we definitely swing hard both ways.
Yeah. On our nights when it's just so hard and they're both struggling and everything's falling apart, we will look at each other like,
yeah,
how could we do this with a baby?
And then there's like a couple good nights or a good week. You're like, let's have another kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, I think that's why. I mean, if our 3-year-old would have been really easy and everything meshed and went well, yeah, I think no questions we would have had a 3rd kid.
Right.
But it's just we just didn't sleep with our 3-year-old. That was just really the hardest thing. It's just we didn't. She just didn't sleep. We
didn't start sleeping through the night with her till she was 3. That was the first time we actually started sleeping.
Well, I mean, the first like 6, 7, 8 months, year is the typical, right? I mean, they're nursing, they're up quite a bit, and I think she slept fairly normal through that period. But you're
absolutely not. Are you insane?
Oh, really?
No. Oh,
no. I blocked it all out.
She never slept. It was always. Are you kidding me? With the milk, even when I was nursing, I'd have to get up to nurse her at least once a night, and then I nursed her for the first year. She never slept through the night when I was nursing.
Even when we did the sleep training stuff?
No. Oh. And we never really like did full sleep training, by the way. We like try to do a little taking care of babies here and there.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, I would still be in there in that chair.
I think you got to the point where you're like, if my baby's crying and hungry, I'm just going to go feed her and sleep in the chair with her, I think is where you got to. You're like, I'm not going to fight this battle of just like making her cry, go in, come out for 5, go in, come out for 10. I think you're like, fuck it. I'm just going to give her a boob, let her eat, and we'll both fall asleep.
Yeah. I slept so many nights in that chair, which isn't so bad with a little baby. But then, she got off of the boob, and then we started giving her milk bottles. And then she was on milk bottles until she was like 3 years old.
Like a milk addiction. We eventually...
Baba.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, it was. She could fully talk, and it wasn't a bottle. It was just like a sippy cup.
Yeah, it was like a transitional sippy cup. We dragged our feet on that.
Oh my gosh. But it got to the point where like she was mowing like 2 or 3
in the middle of the night,
full glasses, like between nighttime and the middle of the night. And guess what? She was peeing her bed every night. And
every night.
We're like, and then she would like wake up and demand Baba.
Yeah.
and at 2 a.m, like, whatever, I'll go give her milk.
I don't want to fight it. Yeah.
Oh man, that was.
So you did black it out. That was our entire life for 3 years.
Now that it's funny because when you bring it up, it comes back right away, and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it was. So that pretty much drove us to be like, we weren't even thinking about it. I think we were just all hands on deck, weren't sleeping, so focused on that I don't even know if having a 3rd kid really ever was a hard discussion. I mean, we talked about it. On my bed, hanging.
Yeah, no, you're good. It just started. I've been checking you out the whole time. You've been good. I don't even think you can see it in there. But no, we literally never even talked about it seriously, because how could we?
Yeah.
Why would you? We weren't even sleeping.
Correct.
Although,
so
let's talk about it.
We don't have a lot of time. I got to get going here in like 6-7 minutes. What are we at?
50 minutes. So we have enough time.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. I have to be somewhere at 11:30. So
at 11:30?
Just you got 7 minutes.
Okay.
It's always a negotiation.
I thought you meant
end.
you had to be somewhere. Let's talk really quick.
I have to be in the garage.
Okay.
At 11:30.
For your buddy.
Yes.
Okay. We talked at the end because like 2 weeks ago, I got a DM from a lovely mom who said that she was loved the podcast, was transitioning from 1 to 2 soon, and just wanted to know if we had any advice.
Yeah, right.
And we meant to talk about it last week. We ran out of time. We talked about it on Monday for a long time.
I don't even know what we talked about. But anyway, I remember one thing you said.
No. What did you say? I asked you. I said, what would your advice be?
I think my advice is yes. We're big on the two kids.
No. Not about whether or not you want, like if you should.
Oh.
She was like, I'm having my second baby in a few weeks.
Oh, crazy.
What do you... Yeah, so she probably is like, guys, a little
She's
too
committed.
late. Yeah, and she also probably already had the baby. I'm so sorry. But she was like... You're stressing me out. Like, what advice? Like, what do you wish you knew before? Like that kind of advice, not like should I have a second?
I thought this whole time it was should I have a second?
No,
kid?
we talked about this on Monday. No, it's
what advice?
Yeah, like what do you wish you knew before we went into the 1 to 2?
Well, I don't know if she wants to listen to us. We just did a rant on how shitty of a job we did with our 3-year-old as the second kid.
I think it just depends on temperament. That's out of our hands.
It does. I think 90% of it, 95% of it is just on the kid and what type of kid they are. That's the reality. I think we can only do so much, and unless you like beating your head against a wall and trying something over and over that isn't working. But so I think just you go more with the flow. With the first kid, at least with us, we were very stringent, right? With the sleep schedule, with the naps.
We were psycho.
We were psycho. And then if people called us psycho, we'd be like, hey, knock it off. This is what the data shows. I don't care what you did 30 years ago. That's outdated. There's more data, like so defensive and
such little engineers.
Yeah, in hindsight, and it's fine because our kids slept really good. But even with that kid, as she got older, we're like, whatever. Like one good nap at home, one nap in the car, so we can get out and do something. And then with the 2-year-old, I think we just kind of went with the flow.
The second.
Yeah. Sorry, I've done that.
No, you're good.
With the second, I think it was just like, hey, yeah, if she can get a nap at home, great. But we're not going to let them dictate what we're going to do. So I think we just did more on getting out and about. But then we also had a 2.5-year-old that wanted to do stuff, so it wasn't as easy just to be like, with one kid, it's easy. Let him nap. You can do whatever you want. You can nap. You can work. You can go to the gym.
What a dream. Yeah.
Yeah. What a dream. With 2, you don't have that option because the 2-year-old's on a different nap cycle. So I don't know. I just think go more with the flow. I mean,
try to be a little more chill. That for us personally, because we were high strung with the first baby. Yeah,
let it be more chill and just do what you do, and the baby will be fine. It'll tag along. Try to get it
adjust
to get it to take naps, and you think they need to take naps, whether it's on you or in a stroller or in a wagon.
Yeah. I think that's great advice.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, just to be a little more, it's all going to be okay. It's not like the end of the world if your baby doesn't get a crib nap one day.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
I was convinced with our first that it would throw off sleep for a month if she didn't sleep in the crib one time,
Yeah. But that first kid was a good sleeper.
Right. Per nothing that we did, we just lucked out.
I think so, yeah.
And nothing to do with the sound machines or wake windows. I mean, maybe 10%, but I think she'd also like sleep more,
Yeah, she does.
Our second doesn't need any sleep.
She's like, I'm good 6 hours.
Yeah, she's like
Let's
nocturnal.
Party.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to do you want to ask me anything about like my thoughts or?
Yeah. Well, I figured you'd chime in, but I'll ask you, what are your thoughts? Because on Monday, which we didn't record, I'm going to say again, you had mentioned something you say online all the time.
You have a great memory.
Thank you, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, I'll tell you.
Oh, you will?
Yeah. So I've said this a few times, but I think the biggest thing that are you actually going to listen, or are you going to be on your phone? For real?
I've already heard this, so yeah, I was gonna tap out and just like do some work emails on my phone.
I can't talk and look at. Okay, fine.
No, I'll look at you. That was very rude. I realize now.
You picked up your phone like right away. Can I say what I learned?
Yes.
Okay.
Watching.
Or should I just look over here?
No, you're good.
Okay. I like looking at you.
Okay.
You're very handsome.
Thank you.
The biggest thing that I learned, or that I was okay. the number one thing that I was not prepared for, and I think I've said this all the time online, is that before we had kids, it was like we did everything together, right?
Yeah.
Like we went to the gym together, we went to work together, we went to the grocery store together. And then when we had one baby, that changed because we had to take turns doing things, right? Like I would watch the baby and you would go to the gym, or we would switch. And so like that was a big adjustment. And I thought that was like the extent of the adjustments that came from entering parenthood. Mm-hmm. But we would still go do everything as like a unit. Like we would, go to the pumpkin patch together, whatever. But then when we had our second born, it's like our unit split up for a while. Yeah. And I was with the baby most of the time because I was like nursing.
Yeah.
And then you had a 2-year-old to entertain who just wouldn't sit around the house all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you would take the 2-year-old to the park, or like you would take her to birthday parties or whatever. And or like one of us, I would take the baby to the grocery store because that was easier than taking a 2-year-old
and a baby.
Yeah. Or even just leaving them both with you. It was easier to divide and conquer. And so I feel like our like nuclear little family, whatever, like really split up for a long time. And I wasn't expecting that. And I just really missed you. And I missed seeing the 2-year-old, even though we tried to do like switch and have one-on-one time. But it was just really like hurtful. And I honestly thought we'd like fucked up our family and we were never going to be able to come back together in a way, Yeah. And it was just really hard. It felt really isolating, and it felt almost like I'm not going to say doing it alone, because you're the most supportive partner and husband ever.
But it's definitely not double the amount of work. It's like triple the amount of work, right?
Yeah. And it's just so different than, because with postpartum with our first, I have a very specific memory of like waking up to nurse at 3 a.m. And you laying on the floor by the nursing chair to like be awake with me and to like give solidarity. And you were like sleeping on the floor next to me. Just to like be awake with me, even though I was the one nursing. But when we have 2 kids, you're like, I got to get up at 5 a.m. with a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, totally. You sleep, I'll nurse, we'll swap. Like you just really go on to, what's it called? Like one-on-one.
Yeah. One-on-one coverage.
Yeah. But I wish, I know you got to go. I wish someone, do you need to leave and I can finish?
I got 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm so kind. I really do have to be somewhere.
I know. I really wish someone would have told me that was going to happen, to like expect it. Mm-hmm. And then I think it would have lessened the blow, and then also would have told me that like it's temporary.
Yeah.
And you're going to come back together again, especially once the baby got a little bit bigger, maybe like dropped a nap. Because when you're on opposite nap schedules, it's like you can't do anything.
Yeah, it was very, very hard. But yeah, once they get a little older and you get on that consistent like afternoon nap schedule, it's actually really nice.
When their naps line up.
Yeah, and they get to that like, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, whatever it is. Like I really cherished those, because it'd be like we'd get them both down.
Yeah, it'd be like 2 hours of downtime on the weekend.
Oh my gosh, we get 2 hours.
We'd watch a movie. You'd work.
Well, it got to the point where like I was like, I'm done working. Like this is the only time I'm gonna have peace and quiet. Right. Like I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna chill.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna go like see someone. But I'm definitely not getting out and like busting my ass and mowing the lawn for 2 hours, which is what I did forever.
Yeah, you would.
All right, I gotta roll. Love you, baby.
Okay, I love you too. Thank you, Ethan, for taking the second hour out of your week today. Don't press any buttons. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your patience this week. Since this is coming up a day late, we obviously had some technical difficulties. That's my bad. Please like, follow, subscribe, leave a review. If you are Nay Kigro, please DM me on the Along the Waves Instagram account. I would love to send you a coffee on me just to say thank you for taking the time to leave a review. I've said it a million times. The reviews are my favorite part. I especially love making Ethan read them, because he's, again, not on social media. And so I think it's fun for him to see that people are actually listening to us talk about literally nothing. Nay said, I love this podcast. I've been following Annalee since she started making videos, and I found so much comfort in knowing that I'm not alone through the parenting highs and lows. You have a listener for the long haul. That's so sweet. Thank you. Please send me a DM. I'd love to buy you coffee. And I think I've said anything. Is that right? I don't know. We'll find out. We will talk to you next week. Bye.